Good morning, folks. This is Naim Azam, Chief Market Analyst at Avatrade, and welcome to our daily update on our YouTube channel. In today's topic, we'll be talking about gold, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and of course, Ripple's XRP. So let's have a bit more deeper conversation in relation to that. Before we do it, as always, it is important for me to go through this disclaimer. Anything which will be discussed cannot be perceived as an advice. Now I'm going to bring out the MT4 platform, which you can download from our website. Now, to begin our conversation, we will focus on the gold price and we will focus on the daily time frame first. Now, folks, if you haven't seen our previous videos on gold, I highly recommend you to do that. Why? Because this area where the gold price bounced off comes from its previous support zone, which we picked up, and it was mentioned before the price came into this area of support. And obviously when the price did come into this area of support, we saw this upward move, and then again we talked about the price coming back into this area of support and with the possibility of forming a double bottom, which it did just right over here, the beautiful double bottom, which are your reversal patterns, and then moving back to the upside. And then at the time we discussed the price battle with its 50-day simple moving average, which is here in pink. Of course, the one in yellow is your 100, and followed by that is your 200-day simple moving average. And what we were discussing was that we do need the price to move above the 50-day simple moving average, and because only that was the signal for the prices to really continue to move higher. Now the price has clearly moved above that 50-day simple moving average on the daily time frame, and it means now that the next major resistance in terms of a price action is really going to be near the 100-day simple moving average. So just in around that 1800 psychological resistance level. So that next resistance can be, it can be between 1799 to 1814. So you still have nearly 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. If you are still not in this trade, you can put the stop loss below the lows of today's candle, and then you can shoot for that particular target of 1800, because what you would be really this one is trading in around to get the right level. This one is going to be just between 1840, and the low of this one is 1734. So that's where you will be really putting your stop loss. So nearly about 30, I would say, 30 to $35 to the downside, and then we'll be focusing on going over up here. And then once the price breaks above the 100-day simple moving average, then we should be really looking at our next resistance level, and that the next resistance level is really going to be coming in around 1856, around that price level where our 200-day simple moving average is trading. So let me just zoom into these particular price levels to mention a bit more, to make it a bit more clear. So now the price is breaking above the 50-day simple moving average. It has broken above that, and then you will be putting your stop loss just below the low of this candle, or let's just say just above or near where the 50-day simple moving average is trading, so maybe 1740, and then you'll be targeting the 100-day simple moving average. And once the price breaks above that, then your next target is really going to be between 1845 to 1858, sort of a price level. Now that is for gold. Now in terms of a Bitcoin, of course we talked about in our previous analysis as well that how the price was forming again a bullish pattern on an upward trend, and that is your ascending triangle. The price did break out of this ascending triangle. Now it is retesting that ascending triangle once again, but as long as Bitcoin price stays above the psychological resistance of 60,000, or more importantly above the lows of this particular candle, we are likely to see prices moving to the upside. Now, in terms of our support zone, it is this particular area of consolidation right over here where we really want the price to stay above them. So really the low of this particular candle, the price shouldn't be breaking below that. But even before that, it's the 60,000 sort of a price level, that psychological resistance, that I am a bit more focused on. Now, in terms of the upside for Bitcoin, I am expecting for this projection to move to the upside to 77,000 per Bitcoin, or at least 70,000 to begin with. And we talked about previously as well that the price is likely to go to 65,000, which it kind of did, because the high of this candle is at 64,815. But the momentum is still very positive, and that is what we are focused on. If we change the time frame, go into our 4-hour time frame, again it is this 50-day simple moving average that I'm very much focused on. I want to see the price trading above this 50-day simple moving average, or maximum the price should not be breaking below the 100-day simple moving average on the 4-hour time frame. So that's what we should be very much focusing on. Now, in terms of Ethereum, folks, if you have seen the previous videos, you must know that we have talked about the price touching that 2500 price level, which it did today. It made a high of 2541. So again, another target was hit in terms of Ethereum. And more importantly, this is nothing. We are still not there, because I believe Ethereum's medium-term target is really 5,000 per Ethereum. So still double the price where it is trading, and the medium to short-term target is 10,000 per Ethereum. So those are the sort of price levels that we are really looking at. Now, in terms of RSI, we do see the RSI is near overbought territory of 70, but in an upward trend, we do kind of ignore those sort of readings, because the price the RSI tend to stay in these levels for a much longer period. And what we need to focus on is again these sort of price levels, where the 50-day simple moving average is trading on the 4-hour time frame, or even on the 30-minute time frame. So as of now, the price has broken below the 50-day simple moving average, which is your sort of first level of weakness. But again, what we really kind of wanted to see is the price staying above the 200 simple moving average. So if you are not into this trade, based on your own risk parameters, this could be an area of potential entry. Again, you have to be mindful of your own risk parameters, how much risk tolerance you have, and then of course you should be position sizing and making those sort of decisions. This is purely for education. Now, as for XRP, which Ripple's XRP, we are still continuing to see more weakness. We talked about the price coming below this sort of a price level, that the price should not be breaking below the low of this candle on the 30-minute time frame. But now we are also focused on the 200-day simple moving average as well. Now, as for the 4-hour time frame, it is really 1.43 sort of a price level that we are really looking at. So in terms of a support, we are really looking at this particular area where the price can potentially come, and then we can see another bounce, another move to the upside from here onwards. But again, what I wanted to emphasize is that a break of this one is, so far the price should find a support above the low of this particular candle, because obviously the wick of this candle is quite big, and we don't want the price to break below the 1.54. But previously we did talk about the price breaking the 1.86 resistance level, which it did break that, and it continued to move to the upside, pretty much went very close to its $2 price level. Now if the price comes back here again and it breaks above that particular price level, then we are really talking about the previous high of 2.73, because what this resistance was broken and it tested. Now the next resistance is going to be 2.76. And once again guys, if you like the content, and please make sure to hit that subscribe and the like button as well. All right, that's all for now, and I'll see you guys next week. Happy trading.